This and go live, 'cause it's Saturday morning, 7 TV. We still don't have a theme tune, it's just really me singing a song badly.
Voice of an angel.
I tell you, there are people in purgatory would just cry out for my angelic voice.
It's definitely what they're crying out for.
It's
They sob and look backwards and forwards like Arthur Fowler. What they're crying out for, I think,
it's what a
is definitely.
I've got electrolytes. It's what a body craves. Oh, shocking!
How have you been for a week?
Well, yeah, we are. I mean, God forbid that anyone would actually think that this is some sort of compulsive thing that we have to do. It's, we're supposed to enjoy it. So it's not
like... Are you going to send through the key to obtain me from this chair then? When's that coming through? I'm still waiting for that.
Details. Just details. That'll come through whenever you actually bother finishing and sending out all the orders.
The old one.
What? The old one. Which reminds me, I really must send in mine. I keep meaning to get an evening to sit down and fight with your incomprehensible spreadsheet, but hey, you make nice miniatures. You're just bad with maths. So last week I made you a promise. Well, 3 weeks ago, I made you a promise, and then the week after that, I completely forgot about it, and so did you. And then the week before last, I said I would do it next week, and then we took a week off, so I've remembered to do it this week.
What is it? What have I forgot?
It's the Action Man tank.
Oh, has he got the little leather jacket on as well?
Oh, he's got the full tank outfit, and he's got his grease gun and all. Put your phone on silent.
That's me email. Turn the email off.
Shocking.
Look at him. I've never said that. Looks like a pristine version of it.
It's not far off.
In the back of a garden when he's been buried underneath earth for about 2 weeks.
Still got his flag.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Is that an original, or is that one that you have purchased to?
Oh, it's sadly not mine. Mine, there's a sad story behind mine. I had quite an extensive collection of Action Man, and whenever I moved from Enniskillen, this big lorry weighed up, and I had all my Action Man stuff in actual ammunition tins, proper NATO ammunition tins. So I had 8 of them, and the unpacking was done at the new house, and I could not find my NATO tins, nor could I find my model aircraft, which had been lovingly painted and given to me, so they hung from my ceiling. And then it transpired that my parents had given them to the small boy that had lived across the street before we left. What? Yes.
I mean, there's charity, and that's laudable of your parents, but also insane.
Official record states that bar please and thank you, those were the last words I spoke to my parents for nearly a full 4 months.
Yeah, you never give away another man's toys.
Yeah, I would fall and hurt myself in the garden, and like my knee be bleeding, and Mum would be like, run away, you're right, and I would just literally go past her and go into the kitchen to acquire band-aids myself as a child, rather than require assistance from the person who'd betrayed me.
I mean, I was distraught when Princess Leia got buried in the front garden, and we discovered it like 18 months later, and that was bad enough, and that was our own fault.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine willingly given away. That's awful. Look at him. I'd always loved that jacket. And did that only ever come with the tank? I can't remember.
No. You got nothing with the tank. You
I
bought the
wanted
tank
that
commander outfit on its own. It came in one of the blister packs with a little cardboard cube down the side for storing it in.
That's very nice.
Little-
Yes, I have one of those.
The little grease gun.
Yeah.
Still with the barrel and still with the sling.
Nice.
So yeah, there's quite a few of them out there, and I'll tell you what. Over the course of the following weeks, I will try and remember each day to bring you a different one to show you.
Yes.
But as any benevolent deity, I recalled you missing your absence of Action Man from your world, but also recalled you mentioning the very restrained display space that you've got.
Yes.
So I got you a little something.
You never did.
I did.
Is that the parachute fella?
It's the pilot.
The Red Devil guy. Oh, look at that.
This is the guy who would fly the planes or fly like the VTOL and things like that there. Action pilot, Action Man is the genuine movable action figure. Pleased to celebrate 3 of the most popular figures of all time: Soldier, Sailor, and Pilot. Each limited edition figure has a new body, new uniform, and a vintage style head with detailed figures. So, you know, whilst his body is up to date and not quite as accurate because he doesn't have gripping hands, this is like the early version where it's just the little plastic hands.
It's just a plastic kind of peggy.
But it's still, I thought that it's not going to take up a lot of space. It can go in the window there with your cubes. So
it's my birthday in a couple of weeks, so that I will add that. There you go.
There we go. So he and now Mr. Kirk shall make their way to you, good sir.
Yes, yeah. I forgot with your man with the sash.
So there you go.
I'll have to rotate things on the shelves.
Stick them in the window.
They put it behind me so they can have a look out. Yeah.
Stick them in the window beside Thunderbird. What is it? Thunderbird 1, Thunderbird 2. I never remember other than Thunderbird 4.
Okay, that's 3.
All right, because it's the one that looks like a rocket but isn't.
Explain.
Right, that's the one that looks like a rocket.
Yeah.
But it only flies in atmosphere because it's got the drill nose on it.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'm there now.
It's the one that looks like a missile's actually a rocket, the blue and silver one.
Does it? Oh, what docks with the space station?
The blue and silver one.
Only the blue and silver one?
Yep, that one there is for in atmosphere, and its legs, its arms open out to brace itself, and then its nose becomes the drill cone.
Yeah, your memory plays tricks on you. I'd have gone, oh no, that definitely docked with.
Oh, I would have sworn that was spaceship as well, but apparently I'm wrong. Apparently I'm wrong. Morning, Justin. Morning, 11 people who are apparently watching us that have not been doing this Saturday morning. So yeah, there we go. Action Man tank, and it's still actually got. Now, it needs one repair. Its exhaust was broken off, but I have the exhaust. The exhaust kind of goes in the side there. But it still has its the lifeguards sticker on it. Don't know if you're going to see it because of these virtual backgrounds. Hang on.
Okay, I can see. Yeah.
There.
Wow, look at that. That was it, right? Am I right in saying that's the Scorpion tank, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know my favourite thing on that? Is the door. That bit. There's something super cool about that. I don't know why. The other one, the little one next to it doesn't open up, does it? That's just a little thing.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it slides.
Does that?
The driver, it rotates round.
Oh, I didn't know that. Never had that. See, we had a little one, which I suspect was a mass-produced cheaper version. which was just the little like the little APC kind of thing. It just had one turret.
He did. No, it was real. Yeah, it was real as well.
But we had that one, but that was, I don't think that was an official kind of Action Man one. That was.
Oh no! There was the little sort of scout car with the wee turret on it.
I think we had a cheap knockoff version of it. I think.
Well, hey,
it was pretty nice. It had a lot of play.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. I vaguely recall having the trailer that went onto that as well. It was just like a big box green trailer with double doors on the top, and you just piled stuff into it.
Think about a door and the delights that I remember quite liking that. I had the Pursuit Craft, and we had the other little one in there. I always wanted the motorcycle because that always looked cool.
I have the motorcycle. I've got the green sort of army desert motorcycle, which is the exact same as the German one that they done. They just painted it a different colour. Yeah. But I always wanted the police motorcycle. Never could get it.
Yes.
I've got the police motorcycle uniform for the figure, but never could get the bike. Gloves. Yeah, white gloves, big hat, orange sash.
Yeah.
No gun because it was British police and they didn't carry guns.
You said this before, but the kid round the corner had the APC thing. You know, the one that had the bendy bit in the middle, and you could sit in the back. And I was very jealous of that. But they would all that, and the Scorpion tank would just be kept out like in the garden, sometimes in the front garden, covered in sand and dirt all of the time. Yeah. So I've never seen a clean, brand new one.
No, everyone always seemed to think that they were durable outdoor toys, and they weren't. They weren't really.
I remember them always that slightly like sun faded green. You know, they never looked like your one there.
Yeah, that's the most light this one's ever seen. Yeah. I keep it in the sanctuary, safe from the world.
Yeah, faded by 70s sunlight. That's how I remember.
I tell you, yeah. Though, and that was the shame of the things that got there, like the white plastic stuff. It kind of goes that yellowy bleach color, and you can get that back with peroxide, but you can't repair. Once they go, you have to paint them, and it kind of loses something then. But yeah, I think I'm back up to about 14 Action Men.
Well, I've got that lovely one that Kev gifted me. Okay, which is and that would I'll put him next to it as well. That'd be lovely. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Well, Matt, I've got to say, as much as I enjoy the Tank Man or not, it's weird. My capture has had to be the uniforms that I really remember having. Yeah. So I've actually got quite a few bits and pieces for it that don't matter to me because I didn't own them as a kid. So I've actually got a box of like part uniforms and full uniforms and a couple of figures dressed. Like I've actually got Stone, the African American Action Man.
Yeah, my brother had that one.
I'd never seen it other than in a picture in my life.
Yeah.
So once I've got one, it's like, oh, that's nice. I've got him. It's like, don't really care. And I've got other kind of full uniforms. It's like, oh, that's lovely. I've got an RAF officer's uniform. Never owned it. So I'm still trying to track down the lifeguard. No, it's not the lifeguard. It is the lifeguard. The lifeguard, the 7th Cavalry, and it's one of the household regiments. Can't remember. It's like dark tunic, purple trousers, gold stripes, peak cap, big silver ceremonial sword.
Yeah.
Can't think which one it is.
It was one of those, wasn't it? I think I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
Did it have the big silver hat?
Oh no, that's the lifeguard. That's the household cavalry you're thinking of. Silver hat, silver chest plate, lovely tunic. You got the horse for them as well.
Yeah.
Sort of Queen's Guards type boys. You know, I've got the beefeater, not the beefeater, the one with the big bear skin.
Yeah, everyone had the bear skin one. Everyone had that. I don't know why. That must have been a default kind of.
Well, it was. I think it was for one of the centenaries or something like that. That he came out as a boxed figure. You could buy him complete.
Yeah.
And then they've done the different household regiments and that. So this was I remember getting the burgundy one along with the big Boba Fett that you could look through the back of his head. He was like a $6 million man, Boba Fett. And
I remember that.
He fired his rocket. And I had the two of them in I got them in Scotland in John Menzies for I think my 11th birthday, maybe 10th birthday. And we were staying
from John Menzies.
Well, I still have the photograph of them on the windowsill of the wee ladies' B&B that we stayed at in Girvan.
Right, okay. Oh, happy days.
Some
Yeah,
clearly there's things that I have not got over.
Every year we would go on holiday to the same place in Essex and a fixed caravan site, and all my family were down there. But the most exciting thing was going into the town at the top of the hill. There was this toy shop. Downstairs were bikes, and then you went up the little stairs at the back, and it was rammed, absolutely rammed, floor to ceiling, little narrow corridors, as I remember. And if I remember rightly, the Star Wars figures and the action men, like the kind of the boys' action toys stuff,
Yes.
kind of in one, and that was wow.
Oh, heaven.
Yeah. Even now, Arrested Development, I think they call it.
For me in Enniskillen, it was always Hannah's Toy Master, the old Hannah's Toy Master, because it used to be down near the northern back at the bottom end of the town, and it was pokey. I just even remember, you know, the ways you're a kid, sometimes you remember places being huge.
Yes, yeah.
This place was pokey, and you went in the wee door and the bell rang, and literally as soon as you walked in, you were just surrounded by plastic. And somehow they'd got like a central aisle that was tiers of metal shelving, and the walls were jam packed, and like things like that. There, you know the way normally in shops they were like that.
Oh,
they were stacked like that or like that to get into everything. And it was just what do you want? That it didn't matter. Whatever you grabbed. Hannah's was one of the few toy shops I remember where, as you correctly say, you went in a lot of toy shops, and it was the boys' toys and the girls' toys. In Hannah's, it was just the toys.
Right, you see, I'm ashamed to say there probably was Barbie and Cindy in there, but that was an area of the shop that we'd never ventured. Right? It was pretty much stayed in that one Star Wars and Action Man.
It's too pink over there. I can't go.
But I remember some Britain's Farm toys, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, we'd get some holiday money spend that had to last us over the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky. Then my birthday would be in August, so then I would get like a double bounce and could go back and spend my birthday money. And
yeah.
Oh, good day.
Yeah. Oh no, I used to love that about holidays, because you'd have like 20, maybe £30. And like if I had £30, I was elected. And you would go and you'd be going to these, and I loved castles and stuff, and I loved nights. So like usual holiday thing, you'd be going and seeing castles and go, look, there's a wee castle, look, there's a wee river, there's a wee thing, let's go and look at that. And you'd be like, oh, there's a night. No, I'm not buying it. There's a night, because you knew on the last weekend you'd go to John Menzies.
You had to save it up.
And I would just be like, take my money! Take my money! What do you want? Everything in the shop.
I don't know how, but one year, it might have even been that me and my brother put our money together, because there was a new shop around the corner that had opened up, and it was one of these sort of hardware shop things. It wasn't a toy shop, but it had toys, and I can remember it being. It was like it was 30 foot up in the air. It had Millennium Falcon. Ooh. And it was like 30 quid.
Yeah.
And we pulled our money together and got that, and that was very, very exciting.
Yeah. Nice. See, this is the weird thing. I've so many mates, and they're like elected when they get hold of a Millennium Falcon. And I never had I didn't even have an X-Wing. I had a handful. I had a Darth Vader with the extendable lightsaber out his wee arm, and the Luke Skywalker in white, and a couple of our figures. Star Wars didn't really gel, because back then it was my mum had to take me to the cinema to see stuff. So it was mum took me to see Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And the snowspeeder scene, that was her in Star Wars finished. She was like that. She was travel sick. And she had her bag of Quality Street, and she was like holding on to my hand going, tell me when that's over, tell me when that's over. And I was like, okay. And I was so mesmerised. It was like, I don't know, they were in space by the time I remembered to tell her she could look.
Have I told you my mum's review? My mum took us to see Star Wars. Well, I think it was my mum and my dad. And then various other family members, like uncles and stuff, took us to see the other one. But my mum took us to see Star Wars. My brother fell asleep in it because he was only about 5. And I remember coming up, Mum, what do you think of that? It was very loud. That was it.
That's my I have three memorable cinema trips. One was the Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back with my mum. Travel sec. Oh, that was her. Star Wars finished. Second one was Who Dares Wins.
Oh my God, really?
I had this thing when I was a kid. It was like the SAS were literally the best thing in the planet. I don't know. Nobody knows where this came from. Whether it was I seen a picture with it. It was around the time the Libyan embassy thing.
Yeah.
So I must have seen a photograph of these dudes with the grey hoods and the gas mask and the machine guns. And something in the child just went, ah. Oh.
Cool.
And I remember it was the late showing, and I was like, I must have been like 5 or 6, 7 years too young to see it.
Was Who Dares Wins?
Yeah, well, I remember it was the only time my dad took me to the cinema, and he insisted we walk, and I had to wear one of his coats. And I remember walking down past the fire station in Enniskillen, and he was saying, "Now, just put your hands in your pockets, don't swing your arms, because only young people swing their arms." So I was like walking along with this coat that was too big, my sleeves into it, trying to walk as tall as I could. And I was wearing my school shoes because they were higher.
No, can I just ask, were you on the shoulders of another child and there was a big trench coat around you?
I was really tall. I was really tall. Like at what would I have been then? I would have been around about. I must have been around about 11. Yeah.
Did you have a pipe for extra authenticity as well?
No, it's I might have had a Paddy Differ cap on. Quite possibly, but I remember.
And you Who Dares Wins.
Yeah, but it turns out this was all a charade because my dad was mates with the guy that owned the cinema. So there was no danger of me not getting in.
Yeah.
But he bigged it up. But that was something else. Who Dares Wins at 11 in the cinema. And the only other memorable one was my granny, God rest her soul, taking me to the Playhouse in Portrush to see the Spider-Man movie.
The Nicholas, what's his name one?
The TV, made for TV. And it got a limited European release in the cinema.
Oh, okay.
And the credits came up. Spider-Man swung across the string. The house lights came on, and the voice went, "Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to evacuate the cinema. There has been a bomb scare."
Oh.
And we all had to pour out, and that was it. Never got to see it. Even to this day, haven't seen it.
My mum took us quite early on. I remember seeing, I think, Peter Pan when that came out. It's probably a re-release in there. But I remember when we were on holiday, it must have been a rainy day. One of the times I can remember my dad taking us to the cinema. And it was when you still got, for this thing, it was a double feature, which I can't remember. But the first one, I remember being some like wildlife thing and being massively bored. It's probably no more than like 20 minutes, but it seems like an eternity when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But then, Warlords of Atlantis. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Oh, yeah, we'll have some of that. Right up that was.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was one thing I always loved about the Ritz in Enniskillen. Apparently it didn't matter what film you went in to see, they always showed a cartoon before it, and it was normally a Tom and Jerry or a Bugs Bunny.
Does it seem weird now? For a while, before film started, you had to have, that appetizer before you went onto the main course. It's like, this is weird. Why are there not cartoons before every film?
Well, because that space is now filled with advertising that pays for the fact that there's usually only about 3 people in the cinema.
Not the same.
Nope.
I don't understand. You need a bit of Tex Avery or in there or something before you get going.
The last film my parents went to see was The Towering Inferno.
It was on just the other day, actually. I didn't watch it.
Because my mum sat with her fingers apparently embedded 3/4 of an inch into my father's leg for the entire film, to the point that he couldn't walk when they got up to leave. And after that, it wasn't until the second Harry Potter film that he agreed to go back to the cinema with her.
Walk again until then. It's only when he recovered.
It was like, I'm going to sit over here, you sit over there. There's no fires in this one. Yes, there is, Mum. It's Harry Potter. There's fire in all of them.
Be a dragon in a minute.
Oh man, crazy. But yeah, next week I'll show you another action. I suppose we should show the people some toys. I suppose we should do a little bit of crook and dice.
We're talking about toys in the general area, isn't it? I think.
Well, it is. I mean, if anyone that tunes into this expecting by now anything other than you and I reminiscing and talking claptrap,
and the best sweets we ever had.
Yeah,
Pretty much. That's
you're obviously new to the channel. We welcome you and we apologise. It probably explains why there's never any questions other than Justin, because most people go, "Oh, crooked dice."
nothing. No rules questions.
What?
Just the odd question every now and again. Can you break your teeth on a Texan bar? That's about all we get, you know.
Oh man, don't get me started on sweets this morning. I've been really, really good. Yesterday was my only naughty day. Otherwise, I've been really good. I'm down about an hour and a half stone. I'm focusing.
Damn.
I don't want to reminisce about. See, now I'm thinking about catch bars. I'm already thinking about catch bars right now. I'm thinking a mug of tea and a catch bar would be lovely. They're like a chocolate bar filled with Rice Krispies.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, I like those.
Yeah.
My favourite thing when I never had school dinners. Always had a packed lunch in there, but they would, you know, the little crispy trays they would do in there, and it was basically just sugar and Rice Krispies, I think. But then they coloured it. Oh, they were delicious. I don't know what they used to put in them. But
you still get them in schools, and it's like they put sultanas or raisins into them, and it's essentially Rice Krispies and golden syrup.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. I think it was the golden syrup that gave it the kick.
Yeah.
It's those big tray bake things.
Yeah, somebody tells me they use condensed milk because something needs to make it solidify or something as well. I don't know. Mine never lasted long to notice whether it was solid, liquid, or gas. Are you not wanting yours? You're diabetic. I don't know what that is, but shalom to you as well. Thank you, all of yours. When I went to school, they still got semolina.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. Worse, tapioca.
I was just about to say tapioca.
Whatever. To this day, I'm not really sure the difference between the two. But they both had a skin on, and on top of the skin, there was a blob of jam.
Yeah, to make up for it.
Which would penetrate the surface of whatever that was. I think you put wallpaper up with it as well. It was just... Oh.
I got sent to the headmaster once because apparently in the dinner hall, upon collecting said bowl of what the is this, I said, can we never get any nice desserts like creme brulee? And I don't think the dinner lady in Enniskillen High School had ever heard the word creme brulee and thought I was being rude.
I never knew you were that posh. I mean, you've gone...
I've got expensive tastes in desserts. I mean, dinner. You bring me a McDonald's and I'll eat it quite happily. But when it comes to pudding is like religion.
Come up on a little purple pillow.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think I'm elected if I get bread and butter pudding. That's like, I'm in heaven. Thank you, bread and butter pudding, spoonful of vanilla ice cream. I love you, whoever you are, strange man with a beard.
A good trifle. Oh, she makes a good trifle with the proper sponge fingers. I like that. Yeah. And even though I know it was kind of like shop ball, the Black Forest Gatto. Oh.
Yeah, but the trouble with Black Forest Gatto was, I mean, most desserts you could get about halfway before you started feeling like you needed to throw up. I mean, halfway through the entire dessert, not your portion. Literally standing at the table with the spoon, just slopping it into your mouth because no one's paying attention to you because they're all under the Drambuie now. But Black Forest Gatto, I often found that by my second or third slice, I felt slightly unwell.
Really? Like the second or third slice?
Yeah. But again, rumour control has it that normally it was my mum's friend Lily Weir that made the Black Forest Gatto, and she put like sherry or something into it.
Yes.
No. It's like the cake was only there to just about absorb the amount that she put into it.
It was really just more surface tension. That was
the way you get a slice of Black Forest Gatto and you kind of go, and you can taste the alcohol.
Oh, that's got a bit of oomph in it.
This, when you set the slice in the plate, it would eventually ooze out until you could see it on the plate, hovering there, and you could pour it into a glass and drink it again.
Eventually it went gaseous. It was in all states.
I feel a bit funny.
Black Forest Ghetto. They need to bring that back. I do say this often to people, but I am old enough to remember when orange juice was a starter.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, what a nice.
Thank you very much. Oh, freshly squeezed orange juice. With this, you were spoiling us. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember going to restaurants where your orange just came, then your toast came, and it was and you could have cereal or cooked breakfast. And then something happened in the world, because I remember going on one holiday and it was like, I can have them all at the same time. What? I'll have cereal and a cooked breakfast. Thank you.
Is there nothing better in the world than like a good hotel breakfast on holiday? Always on holiday.
Yes.
Always on holiday.
There is something better. Again, all my best food stories come from bed and breakfasts. There was this wee bed and breakfast near Stirling that I stayed in as a wean. Grandparents found it, and then I went back with grandparents and my parents. Yeah. And it was a wee man and his wife, but he done the cooking. And every morning come out and was like, a loaf of bread toasted practically per person, and this big cooked breakfast. And apparently the second morning I said, any chance of porridge? And his face lit up. You want porridge? You stay right there. And off he went. And over the course of the fortnight they were there, it eventually became that I got a pint bowl of porridge, because I would eat the porridge and go, is there any more? Is there any more? Until
think of bears, Andrew. Think of the bears.
Until by the end of the holiday, I was eating essentially a toasted loaf, a cooked breakfast, and a pint bowl of porridge. It's no wonder I was a round child.
That and your 3 slices of Black Forest Gatto, and you were.
That was somebody else's house. Keep up. When we were leaving, I was actually so indebted to this guy because his porridge was fantastic. I like porridge that when you put the spoon in it, it just stays there.
I know. I don't like it. I don't like it that thick. I remember just lots of sugar in ready bread.
Oh yeah, lots of sugar. But I kind of like my spoon to stay there. I like to cut slices out of my porridge. But I got him out of my own money. I bought him a porridge stirrer because he didn't have one, and it was this big long wooden stick. It looked like a baton with a thistle engraved into the top of it, and he was delighted.
Oh, bless you!
He was delighted. That's happy memories, porridge. But yeah.
Oh dear. We sidetracked again, didn't we?
Yeah, we did again. Sorry, everybody. Let's look at some toys. Let's look at some crooked dice miniatures that won't work now.
I'm done there. It's not going to get any better than porridge.
They're not It's not working.
It's not working.
Oh, there they are. There we go. Yes. So coming up on your screens any moment now, because I completely forgot that whole timing thing, is some very nice crooked dice miniatures. So Karl, apparently you're doing a fantasy game.
Yeah, we're doing porridge TV.
I've told you before you need to do that.
I have had a conversation with a man about some heads that can go on a variety of figures.
Certain bodies.
From any bodies you like. That would make up a good kind of film series that we could carry on with.
I've dedicated several nights this week lying there in the dark thinking to non-combat orientated 7 TV purposefully for the benefit of British comedy.
I'm glad that's where that sentence ended, because when you started it I had no idea where it was going.
Really? This is I'm looking at you with shock and disgust, but also admiration. So
I can now see I can see the little fantasy adventure fellas there. So we released one set of those a little while ago, and they were sculpted by Andrew Ray, and I bought them off of him. But what he hadn't released was a second set of accessories. So the barbarian's got a different sword and like a mailed glove, and the wizard's the one that's most different in there. It's got a different head and a different staff. And they've all got different weapons and slightly different heads and accessories in there. So they'll be out. They might be out this afternoon, in fact, or tomorrow. So, So the picture that's coming up there at the moment is the second set of those. So you can have whatever you like. It's a bit more. Hasn't got his hat.
I didn't include the work in progress pictures of the alternate weapons because I treated those as the other pictures that I wasn't allowed to show people because I thought, oh well, they're work in progress too, so that's probably not allowed. I'll not put
just
them
the
up.
original STLs, just to give a close up of it. So I think the elf's got an alternate knife hand and a fancy bow with bits on it. The dwarf's got a hammer and a fancy shield rather than an axe. The wizard's got a completely different head with crazy hair.
It's coming up now because the wizard's staff has a knob on the end, a knob on the end, a knob on the end. You don't get that because you don't get Terry Pratchett, you heathen. There we go. There's your wizard staff with a knob on the end, you knob.
There you go. So there you go. So that's the difference in them with his knob on the end. So yeah, so they'll be out. What else we got out this month? Going to come out? I've forgotten. It's in my head. Come on, Carl.
Stuff. I mean, it's literally this past 2 weeks. It's just been a crooked dice smorgasbord. It's just just been like thing after thing after thing after thing. You've just been like, I don't know. You've been like a senior ambassador.
There's been loads of fancy stuff.
Yeah.
And loads of Argonaut stuff because those 3D prints are going up to Griffin on Monday, so it's the last of that. We've got loads of boxes over there. We're waiting to start doing all the Kickstarter stuff when those last bits comes in. It's been loads of things.
That's why I didn't send the order. I was about to, and then I remembered seeing that it was still like the pre-print run of the $6 million man. And I thought, well, there's no point sending money because it's just going to tell me it'll be another couple of weeks before they're out. So that's why I was waiting. I knew there was a rationale rather than just being a twit. Thing after thing, but anything. Yeah. Okay, that's Justin's subtle way of saying, I really like a film set in the Antarctic and an outpost called Number 31, and I like a range of figures that represent those and the creatures what inhabited it.
It's one of my favourite films. I will watch it whenever it's on. I will be. I think there are some out there already.
There are, but there are no crooked dice ones, and I think that's where Justin's coming from. Justin has become what I like to think of as a bit of a brand whore, where if it's got crooked dice in the packet, he wants it.
Justin's my favourite.
Yeah, understandable, because Justin doesn't even wait for the orders to go in anymore. He's just like, I want it now. I'm ordering it. I've ordered that. We're putting an order in.
I just want an internet meme of you going, brand whore, which is the funny thing I was in the other one.
Brand whore.
Oh dear.
But he really is. It's lovely to see. It's lovely to see that we've cultivated one addict.
That we have twisted minds.
to be fair, his mind's already fairly twisted. If you really want to discover that, get him to add you to one of his WhatsApp groups.
Is it a disturbing thing?
It'll be one of those things where you'll be in a room and your phone will beep and you'll just look down and see Justin go, I'll open that later in private.
I like Justin more and more.
Yes. This isn't for showing to people in this room. There we go. So what about this week coming? What are you up to this week, big lad?
Right. So I am 150. Let's have a look. 158 profiles into. Oh, nice! I see what you've done there.
We're looking to see what you're doing.
158 profiles into 228. So laying out all the cards for fantasy, ready for play testing. So that's been taking a while. Doing that. Working with Peter on a big pulp campaign set called Secrets of the Golden City. So that's now ready for play testing as well. 12 exciting episodes in the Himalayas versus Yeti and Nazis. That's quite good. What else have we been doing? Working on campaign sets and thinking about what's happening for fantasy for extra bits and pieces. So I've been Sailing the Seven Seas with Sinbad this week, thinking of the kind of first sort of little adventure pack that will come out for that. Working with Mr. Drew Williams in the US of A. He's been sculpting some new bits and pieces for fantasy, which no one's seen yet. And John Pickford has finished off 9 beautiful, chunky, retro, old school orcs, including a giant warlord and a standard bearer and a musician and some troop types. And they're going to Griffin next week, and that will be part of the next Kickstarter with all the Goblinoids and the Wolf Riders and all the other bits. So there's loads of bits going on. Yeah, loads of sculpts coming through for stuff at the moment as well. So we'll go.
Well, what that tells us, folks, is that our love for British comedy is obviously on the long finger.
It's coming. It's in there. It's an entire board of stuff. I need to just chain Ernst to a radiator in a basement somewhere and just go, do all of these.
Don't chain people to radiators, Karl.
Is that not the thing now? Do we not do that anymore?
No, that's so late 90s, and don't leave hacksaws within reach. Scary man. Well, yeah, okay. So you've lots.
There's loads going on at the moment. So I can't remember what I put out the last 2 weeks. Various pictures of Goblinry. I can't remember.
It's just a never-ending torrent. It's a stream. It's a stream of consciousness from Crooked Towers. Yeah.
Kind of
I found another picture on my iPad that I haven't shared. I'll share you that as well. What?
You know, it pretty much is exactly that. Oh, I've not shot that one anymore. In fact, the other day there was something on there. I was like, oh, I've forgotten about that. Oh yeah, I better do that.
No, it's kind of obvious that you post as you uncover things, because most pages have like a schedule. You know, Monday we do this, Wednesday we do this, and Friday we do whatever, and Saturday we have a bit of fun. Crooked Dice is like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I've just woken up and remembered I forgot to share that picture of a foot.
Is that not how everybody does it? Scheduling?
Yeah. Apparently.
I mean, no.
I think you're safe. I don't think your audience really deals with scheduling very well themselves anyway.
Yeah.
God love them if they do. God love all you poor people watching us this morning who do still tune in and expect that we're going to do meaningful stuff. I'll tell you what, every so often do say us, and we will do something meaningful. Well, like in 2 weeks' time, we'll do some meaningful analysis of common FAQs in 7TV or something like that.
Give me a thing, and we'll do a sensible sit down.
Well, it's not really down to me. It's down to them. I'm quite happy not even talking to them. You know, we'll just get a pint and chinwag. It's them that I feel sorry for. But do you know what? They're sitting there with the sugary sugar puff cereal puffs, and they're happy because Saturdays are great again, and that's all that matters.
I've seen it. I don't know why. I'm thinking of food again now.
Yeah, I always come away from this thinking that I want a big bowl of like Lucky Charms or something.
I've got my Crunchy Nut cornflakes here, which I haven't finished yet.
Well, they're going to be mushy now.
I like a mushy.
Well, if you drain the milk out and kind of mush them together with your spoon, it becomes like a little patty.
I always let the milk kind of settle in there, so you get a bit of crunch around the edge, but just suck it a lot.
There's Crunchy Nut spread now.
What?
Is there an echo in here? There's Crunchy Nut spread now.
Bloody heathens! What are they doing? Put it in a bowl. I have one of my favourite
toast. So you can put it in your toast.
Bread is my favourite thing in the world, but I don't know whether I want to add cereal to it.
You don't know until you try. I didn't think I wanted to put biscuits on my toast until Lotus made a spread, and then I discovered that yes, I did in fact want to.
That thing is there a Lotus spread?
Do you not go out, Karl?
Didn't know there was a Lotus spread. I would just spoon that into my face.
Only for like 2 years. Yeah, because that's how you make Lotus cake.
Well, I'm just getting Lotus cake.
Yeah, bye. Understandable. Can't believe you didn't know there was Lotus spread.
I didn't know there was that.
Yeah.
Good grief.
And you can make a sponge cake that's made from Lotus, and then you top it with Lotus spread.
With Lotus things.
It's glorious. My beautiful, lovely friend, Helena Nash, is probably more addicted to cereal than any other human being that I know.
and I have seen her whilst driving along have a box of Frosties between her legs that she's taken a handful of and eaten, and then with a bottle of milk in the other one, slooshed it down. So she's getting the full graphics experience on the road.
That's kind of scary.
Beautiful thing to see.
It's kind of scary because anyone that actually cares about their cereal realizes that you get one of the water bottles with the wide mouth spout. You know what the runners use?
Yeah.
Because it's wide enough for cereal to pass through, and you put your cereal into the cup, you put your milk in, you give it a bit of a shake, you screw the lid on, and then you can drive and actually eat your cereal as God intended.
Oh my God, we're living in the future.
Seriously?
I'll buy one of them for a birthday.
I'm going to give you one recipe though that's going to make you sort of be slightly sick in the back of your own throat, but honestly, it works a treat.
Go on then.
Do you like burgers?
Yeah.
Do you like hot dogs?
Yeah.
Do you like peanut butter?
Not really.
Do you like Marmite?
Yeah, don't mind it.
Well, Marmite crunchy peanut butter in with your hot dog or burger.
Really?
Honestly.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Peanut
Yes.
butter.
Crunchy Marmite peanut butter.
It's
a thing as well, Carl.
Is it? I really don't like aisles, do I? I don't know what shop you're in. You're not in some kind of like Diagon Alley kind of thing that you're going.
Marmite made a whole thing of advertising the fact that you could get Marmite with peanut butter, and then they done Marmite with crunchy peanut butter. And the crunchy peanut butter on your toasted burger, ketchup, mustard, boom, go.
See, I love Lincolnshire. I won't have a bad word to say that, but we're about 20 years behind. We've just got the VCR.
Right.
Sure, it was out.
Oh dear.
About this laser disc.
In our latest fundraising video, what we're going to do is an intervention and a care package for Karl.
Isn't this how this TV thing works? We mention certain stuff and then we get like a lorry load of it turn up. Is that how it works?
I think it's supposed to work. I'll be content with, when we get up to like, I don't know, 500 subscribers, I'm going to send you a care package of all the spreads and things that you've missed out on. But you have to eat them live.
Test them. We're doing one of these.
Yeah, there we go. There's the challenge, folks. If we can get up to 500 subscribers on the channel, he has to eat these things. Yeah. Karl has to do the spread taste test, because then I'll send you the marshmallow spread as well.
Didn't know about marshmallow spread. It's called, Anna knows about it. What's it called? Fluff.
Yes, it's called Fluff.
Anna knows about it.
Anna, he doesn't know about Lotus spread. Why are you keeping him in the basement?
Well, I know. I love the Lotus things. I love the biscuit. I didn't know. Did you hear that?
No.
I mean, it doesn't buy me that stuff because she knows I can't handle it. Oh, you'll just find me in an alley, like unwashed,
just spread going into the arm,
rubbing into my teeth like that.
What teeth? By then you'll just be gums.
Just gums.
No, but that's what we'll do. Once this station hits 500 subscribers, I'm gonna do you a care package of weird spreads and recipes to use them with, and that'll be a whole morning. I was gonna have to just sit making toast and burgers at like 8 o'clock in the morning for you.
Burger, Marmite, peanut
crunchy peanut butter Marmite.
That's all in one jar. I'm not mixing those two things together.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work if you mix them yourself.
I'm intrigued. Let's put it that way.
Of course you are.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, they do other things as well.
I might not be able to once I'm hooked on the Biscoff.
Malteser spread. Oh no! It's horrible. It's horrible.
Just purifying it all. I don't quite get it.
It's horrible unless you have it on Guinness Wheaton. Toasted.
On who?
Guinness Wheaton.
What's that?
Do you know what Guinness is?
Yeah.
Do you know what wheaten is?
No.
Wheaten bread.
Wheaten bread. Oh, well, okay. No, I didn't. I've never heard that.
Go and get Anna. Go and get her.
I've
Anna.
heard of wheaten bread.
No. We just ask her about wheaten.
Wheaten. What, like whole wheat bread?
Like it, but
Milk?
like a cousin.
Is it like soda bread? That kind of stuff?
No, because that's soda bread.
Okay.
And potato bread is potato bread. And wheaten bread made from wheat.
Isn't that just bread?
No! Right, I'm now going to have to go on the internet and find a picture. How can you not know what wheaten is?
Wheat bread.
No, but
Help.
how can you not know? How can you not know what wheaten is? Do you know what garlic bread is? Just to get a baseline for how bad this is.
Bread just purely made out of garlic, I assume.
No, he's being a dick.
So Guinness wheaten bread has probably got Guinness in it. Then I'm guessing as well.
It does. That's one of the fundamental things. Showing results for wheaten bread. Okay, this will be easier if you just Google it. WHEATEN.
You're high on Black Forest Ghetto, is what you are. Come on, internet, work.
Do you have the internet in Lancashire?
Lincolnshire.
Lancashire. It's all the same, isn't it?
It really isn't. Is there an H? WH?
WHEATEN.
It's made out of Will Wheaton, apparently.
No,
they sliced Will Wheaton really, really thinly.
I'm
not sure what part of him is included in it.
I'm going to slap you.
It's a type of Irish soda bread. There you go. It's soda bread. Wheaton. A type of Irish soda bread. Using whole wheat grains is what Wikipedia tells me, and that's never wrong.
It's a cousin of the soda, but it is not a soda in of itself.
A type of soda, you see, in there?
Yes.
Yeah, wheaten, corn flour, gluten powder. Oh. Or a soft-coated wheaten terrier. Can you put that on it?
That's a type of dog.
Yeah.
No.
Would that be nice with it on it?
No, that wouldn't be on it. Butter is what you put on it.
Try that, maybe, and then serve it on a slice.
Have you never had wheaten bread?
Well, I've had soda bread and I've had sourdough bread. We have all the time.
So the answer to the question, Mr. Prime Minister, is no.
But I've not heard of Will Wheaton bread before. I mean, I know of his work.
Yes.
Very,
We know you'd love to spread Will Wheaton on your bread.
I'm sure he does that at conventions.
Probably.
Will.
It's how these guys make their money, isn't it?
Very nice man.
Right, so now we need to add concocted spreads and a wheaten onto your care package list.
Any bread. I'm all about the bread.
But we'll send you a proper wheaten.
Nice. Eating some wheaten. That could be the name of the show. Eating some wheaten. Yeah. So me and you in front of a bench with a toaster in there like a Saturday morning kitchen. I'm seeing it all now. It's going to be great.
You went into a bakery here and said, I'd like soda bread, expecting to get a wheaten. You wouldn't get one. And if you went in and went, I'd like a wheaten soda, they would give you a wheaten soda, which is still somewhat different from a wheaten loaf. It may well indeed be the same family. It may well indeed have the same concoctions, but we have subdivided them. We're like the Inuits. They've got like 150 words for snow.
And you've got the same bread. See, that sounds good. I'm all about the bread.
Yeah.
If I went and asked for scotch and soda, would that be different?
They would give you a drink and a toasted soda.
Excellent.
Or they would say, I'm sorry, we don't serve that here.
Could I dunk that in? I could dunk that in, the bread in that.
I've no issue what you dunk your bread in. I mean, I've dipped chips and ice cream, so I'm not the person to ask about this.
Chips and ice cream.
If you're pushed for time, mate, and you don't have time to eat them both separately, you just combine and go.
I'm very much getting this sense from you today. You're putting things into cereal, into things.
I like to put things into things.
Things.
What boy doesn't?
Very much an experimental phase.
I wonder, will this work?
Wheaton Loaf looks pretty sexy today, I can tell you.
Marks and Spencers, do you have that where you come from?
So again, Marks and
Spencers.
Marks and Spencer. Is it Spencer? Spencer? I'm not sure.
Spencer.
We just have a little travelling caravan that just turns up down the road in there, and we use our magic penny to buy magic beans, and we get everything from the beanstalk.
And he rings his bell. This month I have brought fine linens all the way from the Orient.
And then you put your dead bodies on the back, and he takes them away.
I'm not dead yet.
It's a perfect system. I don't understand Marks and Spencer's. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't have e-commerce so much as eBay gun commerce.
Yeah, I don't have a web page. It's just a bloke with a loud hailer shouting from the next hill. I want 2 packs.
No, I do have a web page. I have several books over there that the spiders have claimed as their own kingdom.
Marks and
that needs to be a MacGuffin in the fantasy game, dude.
What's that?
You need a pedestal with a book on it, and the books can open, but there's a web on the book, so it's a web page. The Necromancer's web page.
See what you've done. Yeah. And they said that years of high sugary drinks and things would not generate this kind of genius. What were they thinking?
I'm like gold, you know. It's hard to find, but when you do, it shines.
Put that one down. Book with web.
Book with web. Oh, that's you writing it down, isn't it? I'm writing that down.
I was right. I was right. Like that.
Yeah, joined up writing as well, so that makes it important.
Just potato prints most of the time.
Soda prints, surely.
Totally good. I thought so. I'm looking forward to my Wheaton soda.
We should just, Dan, that's it. Maybe instead of sending you a care package, we should just bring you over here for a weekend and feed you. That would probably make for an interesting.
Ryanair do a weight allowance. I might not be able to get back.
Buy an extra seat. Do you need extra luggage, or no? Just 2 seats.
I just spill over. Oh. Salacious crumbs sitting there on my belly on the way back.
We sell girdles here as well. you would know them as the Shatner.
Shatner, yeah, deluxe Shatner. Yeah.
Everything's good. Everything's fine.
Oh, it's all again.
Well, I was before I go. Actually, I must show you this here. I was going to do some more painting today, but I've decided I'm not going to do painting. I'm going to learn how to play a game. I've been hunting for this one, and I managed to turn this up.
Oh yeah, I saw that pop up on something today.
Yeah,
is that just out? Is it?
My page. It's Ravensburger, but it's not a jigsaw because apparently some people think that Ravensburger just make jigsaws. They've been making games for years.
Spinning it.
Getting it around the right way. No,
has it got little plastic dinosaurs in it then, is it?
It's got meeples.
Mm.
So your island is kind of Carcassonne-ish, or not Carcassonne.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
But it's random. And then you get little tokens, the electric fences. So then you get your little survivors, and you get your little dinosaur meeples.
Look at them.
So
I have been very, very tempted by the Jaws game. Have you played that one?
Yes.
Anna's favourite film. Is it good? I might have to get with the games.
It's class. It's 2 games.
Yeah.
So on game 1, you build the island, and 3 players represent the main characters running around trying to hunt for it in the boats, and Brody's running around trying to get them barrels and stuff. And one player is the shark with like a list of special move cards that it can play and hidden movement. And the shark's people. Yeah, the shark's trying to get people, and you're trying to attach 2 barrels. So if the shark hits its number of people, it gets even more cards for the next round, and you lose some stuff, and then you build the boat. And
I was looking at it in Waterstones or something like that, and thought, I might have to pick that up.
This is kind of similar in that you'll have your little player cards, and they've got a deck of actions that they can carry out, and each one's got like a hidden objective to carry out. And you have to try and sneak your way out you have to do certain things on the map, like turn on the communication center, turn back on the electric fences, and then get to the helipad. But
Nice.
only 3 people need to escape, but it's co-op, so I might have the skills to distract the Solar Raptor that allows you to get to the helipad. So if you're selfless, you have a better chance of winning.
It's one of my son's favourite films, so I might even be able to convince him to get a game.
$24.99, like you can't be bad to it.
Might have that. Might get that.
Yeah. I'm sorely tempted to pick up the Top Gun game.
I don't have a massive amount of time, but that never kind of clicked with me like it did with a lot of people of our age. But
no, well, yeah, I know where you're coming from in the movie, but it's actually because I quite like the cleverness of the game. It's in the same sort of vein as Jaws. There's 2 different parts to the game.
okay.
So part 1, you've got this hex map with your planes with altitude and all on them, and you've a little hidden cockpit control where you're trying to get computer lock on for a hit. And every time you do a round of training, you then set up the beach volleyball court. And it's a card game playing beach volleyball. And if you win, it unlocks more abilities for you as a pilot in the next round of the piloting game. That's kind
of a lot of slow-mo in it. There's a lot of slow-mo in it.
Sad. Well, not unless you turn your card over slowly. But it's like it's like 20 quid, mate.
Yeah, I'd definitely get the Jaws one.
Jaws and Top Gun, or Jaws and Jurassic Park.
What's that movie?
Jaws and Jurassic Park, and you're still spending less than you'd spend on a modern board game.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're worth it. You've got, like, successful Kickstarters coming out your ear, and you're not buying fancy spreads or wheaten bread, so you can afford it.
Well, once I get hooked, that'll be it. Like £1,000 a week on that.
That's why you go to B&M, because it's a bit cheaper.
I'm going to have to go. I'm missing another one.
Oh, you're supposed to be in our meeting. Right, everybody, listen, it's been a blast. Well, we've enjoyed ourselves. Tune in next week where we'll talk about stuff. I'm not going to make any promises because they'll all be lies. Just sweet, sugar-coated lies.
Chat.
What?
More bread-based chat is what I want.
I'll see if I can send you a Wheaton by next week. I'll see if I can slip a Wheaton in with your Action Man. Can't believe
right, my darling. Have a lovely day.
You run away. Okay, kids, that's us. We're done. He's going to run away now. He should actually just leave. If he has sense, he'll just go now, because I still have to find the right button to make. He's still there. He's still there. He's not gone. Right. End credits. There we go. End credits. It's been a blast. Tune in. Subscribe to the channel. Like the Facebook page. Both of us. We both got Facebook pages. His YouTube channel sucks though, so just subscribe to mine because that's awesome. And he comes here more than he comes to his own YouTube channel. So it's the place to be. I'm not sure what that face was. Maybe we shouldn't have been seeing it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.